Alright then my friends, so now we've pretty much done the back end, for now at least, and we want to move on to the front end so we can start making requests to the back end API. So what we're going to do is create now a React application. So let me close this folder. I'm going to cancel out of this process just while we work on the React app. So then what I want to do is cd up out of the backend folder, and this is where we want to create a front end folder. So what I'll do is just create a React app, and I'm going to call that React app front end, so it creates that folder for us. So I can say npx create -react -app, and we're going to call it front end like so, and press enter. And then once that's done, we can cd into that front end project directory for later. So let me just minimize this for now. And inside here, we can now see the React application. So we have the public folder with the index file. That's the one that gets served. And down here, we have the source folder. And in here, we have a load of starter files. Now, I'm going to get rid of most of these. We don't need the app.css. We're going to keep the root component app.js. We don't need the test file. We're going to keep that. We need to keep this. We don't need these three files here, though. So let's get rid of those as well. So inside the index file, we need to get rid of this import right here because we just deleted that file. And also we need to get rid of that as well. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for that file. And then let's head to the app.js file. I want to get rid of most of this stuff as well because we're going to create this from scratch. So let me get rid of all that. We'll keep the div with a class of app, but we can get rid of that import and also this one as well. We don't need any of those. All right, so the next thing I want to do is install the React Router DOM package so that we can add different pages to this application later. So to do that, I'm going to come to the terminal. Make sure you're in the front end directory, and then we want to npm install react-router-dom like so, and press enter. And now that's done, we can go ahead and use it inside this file. So we just need to import a few things at the top first of all. The browser router, which wraps everywhere we want to use the router basically. The routes component, which wraps all of our individual routes, and then the individual route component to create a single route. And all of that comes from React Router DOM. Okay, so down here we can use that. I'm going to output the browser router component first of all. Remember, that surrounds everything that ever needs to use the routing system. And then inside here, I'm going to do a div with a class of pages. So all of our different pages are going to go inside this div. And I've done this div so I can style these pages later on. All right, so now we want to output some routes. So we need to use our routes tag. And we want an individual route, first of all. And this is self-closing. And it needs two different props. The first prop is the path. So what is the path of this route? So I'm just going to say it's the default /path, the home page if you like. And then the second prop is going to be the element that we want to basically render for this route. Now at the minute, we don't have an element ready. We want to create a page element or a page component that we can render right here. So I'm going to create a new folder and call that pages, and all of our different page components are going to go inside here. I'll create a new one called home.js, and inside here I basically just want to create a blank React component for the home page. So I'm going to say const home is equal to a function, and inside this function we just need to return a template for now, and that template is going to be a div with a class of home, and inside that we'll just do an h2 that says home for now. So dead simple. And then we need to export this as well. So export default home like so. All right. So now we can use this component right here. So let me say home like so, and we need to import it at the top of the file as well. So I'm going to do a little comment to say pages and components, and then we want to import home, and it's going to be from, and we want to go into the pages folder. And then we want the home component. All right, so pretty simple. Now we have this home component being rendered for the root path, if you like. So what I'm going to do for now is just test this out. I'm going to open up my terminal and I'm going to run a script that's found in the package.json file. So you can see we have this start script. We need to just say npm start like that to run that. And hopefully it's going to spin up a local development server on port 3000. That's the default port it uses. And then we should be able to preview this in a browser. So now in the browser, we can see if we go to localhost port 3000, the home page, the home component. So that's working. Okay, so there's two more things I want to quickly do in this lesson just to kind of set up the application. The first one is to create some kind of header or navbar component that sits at the top of every page. So what I'm going to do that is create a new folder over here inside the source folder called components, and these are going to be basically reusable drop-in components. So let's create a new file and we'll call this navbar.js, call it whatever you want. And then inside this component, we basically just need to do a simple navbar template. So I'll create the navbar component first of all. It's a function. And then inside here, we need to return a template. So let's do that. We'll say return, and we'll return a header tag like so. And inside the header, we'll do a div with a class of container just so I can style it later on. And inside the container, I want to do a link and a title. So if I want to do a link, I have to import the link component from the React Router DOM package. So import, we want the link components from React Router DOM like so. And then we can output that link tag right here, and we can say where it's going to go to. It's going to be to just /, so the home page. And inside the link, we'll do an H1 that's going to say the title of the website, which we'll call Workout Buddy. Really original. All right. So we need to export this now at the bottom. Export default navbar like so, and then we can import it inside the root app component. So import navbar from, and it's // and we need to spell import correctly. So // then into components, and then we want the navbar components, and then we can output it above all of the pages. So we don't want to put it inside the pages, we want to put it outside the pages, but still inside the browser router, otherwise we can't use the link component because everything to do with the router needs to be inside this. So let's output that navbar component now, right here, like so. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. The second thing I wanted to do is just add a few base styles, and we're going to do that inside index.css. So I'm going to delete these, and then I'm just going to paste in a few styles from my repo, the course files. So they are over here. Woohoo! You can just go and copy and paste those as well if you want them, because I'm sure you don't want me to type out manually all of this CSS. So the first thing we do is import a Google font, which is Poppins, and then we create a couple of variables, a primary color, which is this green color, and an error color, which is a pinky red. For the body, we set the background to a really, really light gray, strip out the margin, and we give it a font family of Poppins. The header tag, which is inside the navbar, remember, it's this thing right here. We say give that a background of white. And then the header container, the thing inside the navbar, we say the max width is 1400 pixels, margin 0, auto left and right, so it centralizes the content into this column. And then the padding is 10 pixels up and down, 20 pixels left and right, display as flex, align items center, and justify content space between. So this align items, this is to do with the vertical kind of justifying of the content, so it's all kind of level with each other. And then justify content, this is left to right, so it's just going to basically put space between the elements. At the minute, there's only one element inside it, but later there might be more. Alright, so any anchor tag inside the header, which is basically this thing, because a link becomes an anchor tag, we say the color is dark gray, text decoration none, and then the pages div, which is this div right here, we say the max width is 1400 pixels, padding 20 pixels all directions, and then a margin is 0 top and bottom, auto left to right, again to centralize the content within that 1400 pixel column. So that's all done. Let's make sure there's no errors down here. No, there isn't. So let's preview this now in a browser. All right, so this is all looking pretty good. And if we inspect this element over here, it should be a link. Yep, we can see it's an anchor tag now. When we use that link tag from React Router, it turns it into an anchor tag. It just gives it superpowers, so we don't actually make that request to the backend, and it handles the routing locally in the browser. All right, so that's all done. We've set up this kind of base React app, and in the next lesson, I want to try out that API by fetching some data from the React application.